Hey you guys, what's up? This is the Anime Blaze coming to you with another video. You know, sporting a different colored shirt, aside from the regular blue, gray, whatever else I wear. So, today I'm going to be reviewing the anime show that pretty much in a way I could say is, as far as I know, it's my favorite seinen. I don't know too many seinen anime shows, but I would definitely say this one is somewhere up there in my favorites. So, yeah, hold on a second. So, this is the series I'm reviewing, Tokko. I got the complete series like about a year or so ago, and I gotta say I enjoyed it pretty well, pretty much. You know, the whole stylized logo, whatnot, Tokko, blood splatter, all that stuff. Um, yeah, it's pretty good. You got the side label, Tokko, and you got the back. Not too much. And the whole picture on it, I don't know if you guys can see it too well, but like that background right there, that's pretty much, I think, the apartment that Ranmaru, the main character, ran into where the whole murders and everything were taking place. So yeah, this is volume one. By far the best cover out of all three volumes, because after that, it seems like the people who were designing the covers just either got lazy or they couldn't come up with a design, so they kind of look boring afterwards. You know, volume two, not too bad, not too much. You see what I mean? And then you have volume three, where it's just one character. That is Sakura Rakujo. And I mean, like I said, the volumes are okay, but they could have done better for cover art. I mean, but as long as you get it, I guess it doesn't really matter. So, with that, let's get started with the story. Um, the storyline pretty much takes place, I guess, some years ahead of time. Um, we're at an apartment complex in Machida, which pretty much starts crumbling apart. Not really crumbling apart, but I mean, as in like societal kind of things. Um, People start getting killed left and right in broad daylight by these weird creatures or monsters, as some people call them, called phantoms. Now, yeah, so Ranmaru and his sister are, they see all these murders happening left and right, and they're sort of in a rush panic kind of state. They're running for their lives pretty much. And what they pretty much do is they run back to their apartments to see, if their parents are okay. But unfortunately, both of their parents are dead, killed by the phantoms. Um, and you fast forward into the future, a couple of years to the future, I guess. Ron Maru pretty much he's sworn that he's going to find out who's causing this, who did this, who's still causing the problems with these demons and whatnot. And he really just wants to get to the bottom of it. So he becomes an investigator and a police task force. And I mean, so does his sister. I mean, they both pretty much do this, but I think it's mostly Ron Maru who really wanted to do this, and his sister sort of just followed in his footsteps, I guess. And episode one starts off with them graduating from the police academy, and Ron Maru, he gets sectioned. He gets pretty much set up with this new police, with an official police station, I guess you could say. And some of the cases that he just happens to be getting are some of the cases involving the creatures that attacked the apartment complex that he was at. And let me tell you, this is where it pretty much becomes samey. Not peaches, but creatures start coming out of nowhere, just start slicing up people, just blood going everywhere. You can pretty much tell where I'm going with this. People get killed left and right. Um, you know, they're going into an investigation. They're looking at crime scenes, all this stuff, trying to gather information on what exactly went down. Um, and yeah, after a while, Ranmaru finds out about this group called Tokko. I mean, he finds them like literally at one of the crime scenes that he's going to investigate, And pretty much what this group is they look normal, but I will tell you now they are not normal. They're anything but normal. So pretty much what these guys are, they're pretty much like guys wearing some looking like leather tracksuits or something. Pretty much come up there with some swords and just start slashing the crap out of the phantoms. And turns out these swords are the only thing that can actually kill the phantoms. And Ranmaru, he starts questioning them. He's like, "What's going on?" And the girl Sakura Rakujo, the one that I showed you on the cover, she tells him, "You got to be careful. They're hunting the ones who survived the Machida massacre." And eventually he finds out that this girl was a girl that he met so many years ago when he was a kid and whatnot. So she's like somewhat younger than him, I think. Um, yeah, not too young though. But yeah, yeah. So later on, Ranmaru finds out about the 108 pieces um, made used to create, I believe, the box of. I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. I know I am. The box of Dirge, Digre. I'm probably gonna pronounce that wrong, but it was created by alchemists who were trying to achieve eternal life, but accidentally opened the gates of hell and pretty much let all of these 108 demons loose. And in order to sort of get the world back into a normal state of what it needs to be, they have to gather all 108 pieces again from the phantoms that escaped from the holds. And the one thing that they don't know, I don't know if this is exactly going to be a spoiler because it's only 12 episodes and they pretty much tell you earlier on in the series, but they're going to have to face each other eventually. I'm not going to tell you why, but you could probably put this together. Phantoms, all this other stuff. But yeah, um, aside from all that, the series it's pretty decent. It's not bad. I mean, on a scale, if I had to rate it from on a scale of like I don't know B or C or a 5 or like a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it at least a 7 because it does have some good aspects to it. But if you haven't read the manga or something like that, it's still kind of hard to piece it together. But I have read some of the manga, and just from reading like a couple of pages of, it, I guess you could say, is that they pretty much. I mean, if you read the manga, you've pretty much seen the series. It's only 3 volumes, and if you watch the anime, you pretty much have seen the whole series. There's only a few slight differences between both of them, but it really doesn't matter. So, would I recommend watching Tokko? Maybe, yes. But I wouldn't recommend watching it if you're like, oh man, I gotta see something with blood, gore, just. I'd recommend watching the series if you're just looking for something to watch for fun, just to chill out, relax, all this other stuff. So yeah, and also it has sort of a hip hop based soundtrack, especially in battles. That's one of the things I loved about the series, though. Another thing I wish that they could have done with the series was at least make it a little bit longer or explain a few things in it because one guy, I can't remember his name, but he's like this big buff dude. He wears sunglasses. He's the only one who in the group who wears sunglasses. He doesn't actually say too much, and the whole series there's like one episode dedicated to him, and then in that same episode he dies. See what I'm saying? If they had at least more episodes or something like that, they could have made it a little bit better. So the whole timings with the episodes, characters, they could have gone a little more in depth with the characters instead of just giving us a few flashbacks to try to explain things to us. Um, besides that, characters were okay. People keep ragging on the dub, saying, "Oh no, the dub sucks." I thought the dub was pretty funny, especially. I mean, this show was on Sci-Fi. Just to let you guys know, like years back when I don't know if they even still do this, but Sci-Fi had a thing called Anna Monday, and this series was on there. I mean, I remember watching this, and they used to censor everything out in this series. So yeah, but not in sort of like a beep sound, but they just like edited out so where their mouths would be moving, but nothing would come out. So, or they'd say like the second part of the phrase, but they wouldn't complete it. So yeah, definitely check out Tokko. It's at least worth watching for a while. I mean, it's not bad, and it's not too good, and it's not too bad. It's in the middle. So yeah, with that being said, this is the Anime Blaze. signing out and saying, check out Tokko. Not bad of a series. I'll catch you guys later.